Oh, they gave her undies. Annabelle, you're so modest. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It is Simply Rye, and I am getting ready for the spooky season. Woohoo! I think it's a go ahead to start the spooky season stuff now because you know what? We have TJ Maxx having stuff, Ross having stuff, Starbucks just released their pumpkin spice latte, so that gives me the go ahead to start this countdown to Halloween, and this is gonna be with my dolls. Um, and I will also be doing live streams for Countdown to Halloween with spooky games. I will also be uploading some gameplays as well for Countdown to Halloween. I'm not too sure how many I'll be able to get out there, but I'm going in for a push to get that out there. But I am going to be starting my Countdown to Halloween with a doll review of Mattel's Skullector Annabelle Doll. Now, before we get into the doll, I do want to go and welcome all my current subscribers and new subscribers to my channel. It's greatly appreciated that you are supporting me and even viewing this content. And if you are not yet subscribed, it'd be greatly appreciated if you do subscribe to my channel. Any support is welcomed. I do this really out of the leisure and convenience of my time, and just because I want to, and to share with all y'all what's out there and what kind of dolls and collection and collector items are out there if y'all are ever curious. But we are going to be reviewing the Mattel Skullector Annabelle doll, and as we know, Annabelle is the possessed doll by a demonic entity that is Annabelle. If you've seen the movies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I am a big horror movie fan, and I had to get this doll just like all the other Skullectors. I wasn't able to get the earlier Skullector dolls, like with the Shining with the twins and the Pennywise It, and those are kind of expensive now. So I'm on the lookout for those, but we'll see if I ever get them. But let's go ahead. Let's go into my doll room. Let's review this doll, and let's go. So now that we are in my collector room, let's go ahead and review the Annabelle box first. Starting off with the front of the slipcover, we have a soft kind of feel to it. I can't really describe what the feel is. It's not suede, but it kind of feels like suede. But it's softer, and it's not like a matted or... It's like a flat, soft kind of texture. And that goes throughout the whole box as well as the slipcover. Now we get a full picture of the torso or the bust up of the doll, and it is in a gloss kind of effect on it, and then it has a kind of fade into black, which I really like that effect. Now the words of Annabelle go across at the bottom, and it's kind of like an embossed effect, and it has kind of like a distress around the wording of it as well, and then of course it's in a red color. The bottom right we have the from the makers of Monster High Skullector. Alright, so now as we turn the box, the rest of the doll is on this side. So the same effect goes along, and it is a gloss effect, and at the bottom we have the makers of Monster High Skullector. Now as we look at the other side of the box, it is plain, and it has that smooth kind of black texture to the box, and then we have the wording Annabelle. And of course it matches the same as the front, an embossed effect with the gloss effect and the distressed kind of effect in the words. Now as we look at the back of the box, we do have Annabelle in a larger font size, but it's exactly the same effect throughout the other sides of the box. So like in the slipcover in the front and on the sides, it's the same effect. And then we have Annabelle Doll in smaller font, and then a description. So if you'd like to pause here, you are more than welcome to read on your own. I'm not going to read just due to time of this. And of course we have the interchanging of the red and white as we had on our previous doll with the Chucky and Tiffany doll. So if you want to go ahead and check out my review of those dolls, I'll go ahead and post a link in my description as well. Since I won't be doing a review on those again for this spooky doll edition of Countdown to Halloween, I'll insert a link at the bottom so you can go ahead and check them out if you are interested. At the bottom, we have a silhouette of the doll herself, and it is also in a gloss effect. In the bottom right, we have that same logo of Monster High Skullector. And as mentioned, this is a slipcover, so you can just slip it off. It reveals the doll here, and of course, we have the display window that's plastic. And then, of course, we have the certificate of authenticity, which I think is amazing that they put it here. We'll get into that shortly. Now, as we open, we see that Annabelle, the doll, is displayed here, but we have a plastic cover that also gives us a display, so maybe like no dust or anything can get into Annabelle, or it's a warning not to open. Annabelle is displayed in her kind of case-like, how she was in the movie, and she's sitting in a chair, and around her surroundings we see spider web, cobwebs in the corner, and then we have like a kind of wooden effect throughout the whole interior of this box. Then on one side we have more cobwebs in the bottom corners, and then as we go up we have a wooden chair, which also gives a Monster High logo in the back of that chair, which is an awesome effect there. As we make our way up, we kind of have like a tapestry maybe. I'm not too sure what that is, but it looks like it's a kind of fabric on the left side of this box. And then as we make our way to the right, we have, starting from the bottom up, we have another cobweb in the corner and some books, an old telephone, a Monster High kind of logo trophy there, which is cute. We have a skull of some kind of maybe animal that I don't know, crocodile it looks like, or alligator. And then it looks like we have a samurai kind of helmet there. Then it's on like a bookshelf, which also has "Miss Me?" engraved into it. And then of course on the top of the shelf we have lamps and other kind of pottery, etc. vases on there. So now that we're looking on the left side of the box, it's actually showing us what was on the inside of the box, how it's kind of giving us a feel of we're looking inside the box on the opposite side of the cardboard and the inside, if you know what I'm talking about. But instead we see a chair that Annabelle would be sitting in. Of course she is removed from this picture because she escaped. But this gives a glossy vibe to the chair and just giving that extra, that duplicate of what we would see on the inside of the box. As we turn to the other side, just like the other side, we get the same effect as how we would be looking inside the box, but we have the chair and it is also in another gloss-like effect. Now that we look at the top of the box, we just have that flat, soft, textured feel with the black and Monster High Skullector logo. Now as we take a look at the back of the box, we see that there's Annabelle in the top center with the Monster High Skullector logo, and then we get a room kind of feel to this back of the box. And we get that same soft kind of effect and feel to the box, but the thing is that the doll and the shadow of Annabelle is in a gloss effect, which stands out and gives it a more vibrant effect, as you can see in this picture, or in this video. And I do like the crossover that they did here with the actual film shadow of the actual Annabelle, and then the Monster High Skullector doll sitting on the floor. And then as you can see in the wallpaper, we have the bats and the Monster High logo, which I think is a cute little touch as well here. Now let's look at the certificate of authenticity. So I was able to get 2 of these dolls, and I was able to open one, and the front says warning, positively do not open, with the Mattel Creation logo here at the bottom. On the back, you have Monster High Skullector times Annabelle. If you'd like to pause here, I'll try to stop shaking. And you can read on your own what everything else says on here. Alright, so now that we're taking a look at the Annabelle Monster High Skullector doll outside of the box, we'll go ahead and start with the bottom up, just as usual. We have the signature Monster High display stand, which is just a plastic black stand, but I appreciate that they include this because the bodies of the dolls are a little bit smaller than regular dolls. But with the shoes, we get a kind of shine paint effect, and I guess they're like platform shoes. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not familiar with women's shoes, but platform like in a white pearl color. And then on the shoes, you get a flower that's dripping in blood effect. And on the back of them, they say warning, which I think is a cute little detail that Mattel Monster High did. As we look at her socks, we have the socks going up kind of mid-calf, and it is a see-through fabric and some ruffles at the top part of the sock. Making our way up, we see that this doll is posable and has movable knees and wrists and etc., which I love about the Monster High dolls. We can pose them in as many or different ways as we'd like. But moving up to the skirt of this doll has, let's see, this doll has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 layers of that see-through fabric, and it looks like the bottom 2 are a dark red, the middle is a light red, and then the top 2 are white, and they're all in a distressed kind of effect and layered on top of each other, which is a cute little design for this doll. Then her waist is tied in a maroon kind of silk fabric ribbon-ish kind of thing, and it's tied together with that same bloody rose dripping effect plastic kind of accessory there. We look at her top, and her top is just like a white satin fabric, and then we have a blood drip design around the bust of her. It does not go all the way around her outfit, which I think is kind of a missed opportunity. Then we have the same kind of fabric as her socks along her her chest and surrounding her neck and her wrists. We have the ruffles along those sides, that border, the opening of her collar, and then her wrists. Before we make our way up to her face, let's go ahead and look at her accessories. So her bag is really, really cute. It's like a plastic chair. I'm not too sure how she's gonna put stuff in it, but it's cute. It represents the chair that she sits in the films, and I think it ties the whole kind of doll together. Then we have a Miss Me written in a bloody word effect with distressed paper. And I like how Mattel did end up covering this so it doesn't get bent or ruined in a plastic. Now, as we make our way up to the face has an amazing print job. It isn't pixelated. It has the blush and also kind of like distress on her cheek, like she's an older doll. If you've seen the movies, it is an older doll. And then the lips are like a dark red gloss lip, and then we have the different shading of the eyes or around the eyes, and the blue eye printing is perfect. Now her eyebrows, just brown eyebrows. But overall the print job is amazing. Now the hair, it's a thicker kind of hair, and we have her bangs and then her signature braided hair tied in that same color maroon fabric ribbon, just as like around her waist, and it ties the whole doll together. Now my overall thoughts of this doll. It was worth, I believe it was worth $75 on Mattel's website. It's a smaller doll. I don't really think it's worth $75, but I mean 50 maybe at the most. But it is a collector doll, and of course they are partnering up with different movies, so I'm sure that the horror movies have to get some kind of credit or some kind of funding out of it when they do these crossover kind of things, so I guess I can understand the pricing. My overall rating of this doll, I would say, is about a 7.5 out of 10. The only reason I give that is the pricing, and then I feel like the overall details are good, but I think they could have added maybe a little bit more to this doll, or I don't know. I just feel like it's not worth the whole $75. And it's small. I know most Monster High dolls are small, but I mean, I just don't see $75. But $50, I can see. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this doll. If you bought the doll yourself because you're a horror movie icon or horror movie fan just like myself and you just had to get it, let me know your thoughts on my review. And now let's go ahead and go back to my computer room so we can close this video out. And that was my review of Mattel Skullector Annabelle doll. Let me know your thoughts about the doll in my review. If you are able to get the doll yourself, comment below what you think of it. Let me know what other dolls you think Mattel's gonna come out with in the future with the Monster High collab and the kind of horror icons that they have been doing. I am going to be reviewing Frankenstein and his bride. I also have Elvira, and I also have the Gremlins too that my friend gratefully sold to me at a great price. And then I also have, what other ones? I don't know, but stay tuned. I do have a few to go over, and I'll probably be doing some Disney villains or Disney spooky characters. So keep an eye out for that, and please turn on that bell notification to be informed of any future content. And if you do like these doll reviews, I hope you also enjoy my gameplay reviews. I do want to get those up a little bit, so it's greatly appreciated if you tune in and check those out. But I will be doing some more gameplay, and this will be more of a gameplay doll review channel. Other than that, I appreciate you tuning in. As always, I hope you have a great day, a great night, wherever you're at today. And remember to always stay kind to yourself. Simply Rye, out.